Hi everyone, Radhe Radhe. In this video, we're going to be doing Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 1, Chapter 9. And here, this is the Bhishma Pitame conversations. All of these things are things that I've heard of before. So I'm very, very excited. The Kunti prayers was Chapter 8. And there's a whole book that I have of it by Bhakti Vigyan Maharaj, Goswami Maharaj, and I'm very excited to read it. And then this one now, Bhishma Pitama Conversations, I've heard so many times. So I'll go through this and then through the chapter, and then I'll tell you the story that Chaitanya Charan Prabhu once said in his lectures that was just absolutely amazing. Okay, so let's call out to Bhagwan Shri Krishna. ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय. Dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Okay, so now I'm going to do this disclaimer every time I do these prayers because I don't know if everybody is going to want to do this. So these are prayers that I'm going to say from my end, that this is what I would like. And if you feel resonant with these prayers, you are welcome to pray with me. Otherwise, you can make your own prayers during this section. Okay. So, dear Bhagwan Shri Krishna, please, 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 please help me use this Srimad Bhagavatam as a service to you. Let me do the study these Srimad Bhagavatam texts as a service to you, and please help me purify my heart so that I can increase my bhakti for you. So that the only thing that I care about, the only thing that I want, is pure, undiluted prem for you. However long it takes, whatever your belief is of this journey, but if I can get it in this lifetime before I pass away, please help me attain that, and help me get to the place where I just don't desire anything else because of this, and help me find a guru that I can actually spend time with, learn from, and who's a pure devotee, who has uh, seen you, attained you, and who can help me also get to you, or whatever. Yeah, please help me find a way to get to you, and I really desperately want that, so please help me with that. Okay, let's start the text. The passing away of Bhishma Dev in the presence of Lord Krishna. Chapter 9. So in the previous verse, Kunti Maharani had said prayers to him that let calamities keep falling on me, because when calamities fall on us, then you are there with us. And yeah, that's very, very often quoted, that verse. And it's like very, very high level, like, who wants calamities? Um, Another thing is you just have to have complete trust. Rakshishyati iti vishvaso. You have to have complete trust that vishwas that Krishna Bhagavan is going to give you protection. Rakshishyati iti vishvaso. So yeah, and she has that, she knows that. Okay, so let's go through this text one. Suta Goswami said, being afraid for having killed so many subjects on the battlefield of Kurukshetra, Maharaj Yudhishthir went to the scene of the massacre. Yudhishthir Maharaj went to the scene. There, Bhishma Dev was lying on a bed of arrows, about to pass away. He had Ichhamrityu, means he could pass away whenever he wanted to. Text 2. At that time, all his brothers followed him on beautiful chariots drawn by first-class horses decorated with gold ornaments. With them were Vyas and Rishis like Dhaumya, the learned priest of the Pandavas, and others. Text 3. O sage amongst Brahmanas, Lord Sri Krishna, personality of Godhead, also followed, seated on a chariot with Arjun. So this time he wasn't driving the chariot, he was seated on the chariot. Thus King Yudhishthir appeared very aristocratic, like Kuver, surrounded by his companions, the Guhyakas. Text 4. Seeing him, Bhishma Dev, lying on the ground like a demigod fallen from the sky, the Pandav king Yudhishthir, along with his younger brothers and Lord Krishna, bowed down before him. Text 5. Just to see the chief of descendants of King Bharat, Bhishma, and all the great souls in the universe, namely the rishis amongst demigods, brahmanas, kings, all situated in the quality of goodness, were assembled there. Text 6 and 7. All the sages like Parvata Muni, Narad, Dhaumya, Vyas, and the incarnation of God, Brihadashva, Bharadvaj, and Parshuram and disciples, Vashishta, Indra Pramada, Trita, Gritsmada, Asita, Kakshivan, Gautama, Atri, Kaushika, and Sudarshan were present. Text 8. And many others like Shukdev Goswami and other purified souls, Kashyapa and Angi, Rasa, and all others, accompanied by the respective disciples, arrived there. Oh, Shukdev Goswami was there. Oh, okay. That's amazing. Text 9. Bhishma Dev, who was the best amongst the 8 Vasus, received and welcomed all the great and powerful rishis who were assembled there, for he knew perfectly all the religious principles according to time and place. Text 10. Lord Sri Krishna is situated in everyone's heart, yet he manifests his transcendental form by his internal potency. This very Lord was sitting before Bhishma Dev, and since Bhishma Dev knew of his glories, he worshipped him duly. Bhishma Dev knew he was God, right? Very well. um, that's why there was another pastime where Bhishma Dev wanted to wanted to show that Krishna Bhagwan will even break his own vow to protect his devotees. Okay. Text 11. The sons of Maharaj Pandu were silently sitting nearby, overtaken with affection for their dying grandfather. Seeing this, Bhishma Dev congratulated them with feeling. There were tears of ecstasy in his eyes, for he was overwhelmed by love and affection. Yeah, this is amazing what Chaitanya Charan Prabhu said, I'll tell you. Text 12. Bhishma Dev said, "Oh, what terrible sufferings and what terrible injustices you good souls suffer for being the sons of religion personified. You did not deserve to remain alive under those tribulations, yet you were protected by the Brahmanas, God, and religion." Yeah, so despite so many sufferings and injustices, basically Duryodhan kept on doing thing after thing after thing, trying to kill them. And somehow or the other, every single time they escaped. Somehow or the other means Krishna's mercy, of course. Text 13. As far as my daughter-in-law Kunti is concerned, upon the great General Pandu's death, she became a widow with many children, and therefore she suffered greatly. And when you were grown up, she suffered a great deal also because of your actions. Text 14. In my opinion, all this is due to inevitable time, under whose control everyone in every planet is carried, just as the clouds are carried by the wind. Text 15. Oh, how wonderful is the influence of inevitable time. It is irreversible, otherwise how can there be reverses in the presence of King Yudhishthir, the son of demigod controlling religion, Bhim, the great fighter with a club, the great bowman Arjun with his mighty weapon Gandiv, and above all, the Lord direct well-wisher of the Pandavas. Text 16. O king, no one can know of the plan of Lord Sri Krishna. Even though great philosophers inquire exhaustively, they are bewildered. Text 17. O best among descendants of Bharat, Yudhishthir, I maintain, therefore, that all this is within the plan of the Lord. Accepting the inconceivable plan of the Lord, you must follow it. You are now the appointed administrative head, and my Lord, you should now take care of those subjects who are rendered helpless. Text 18. This Sri Krishna is no other than the inconceivable original personality of Godhead. He is the first Narayan, the supreme enjoyer, but he is moving amongst the descendants of King Vrishni, just like one of us, and he is bewildering us with his self-created energy. So now he's glorifying the Lord, and he's saying even great philosophers are bewildered because nobody knows what his plans are. And he is the original God, yet he's moving amongst us like just he's one of us. So now he's talking in text 17, he's talking to Yudhishthir and saying that all of this is plan of the Lord. You should now take care of these people. Text 19. O king, Lord Shiva, Narad, and the sage amongst demigods, and Kapila, the incarnation of Godhead, know very confidentially about his glories through direct contact. Text 20. O king, that personality whom out of ignorance only you thought to be your maternal cousin, your very dear friend, well-wisher, counselor, messenger, benefactor, etc., is that very personality of Godhead, Sri Krishna. He's talking to Yudhishthir about Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Text 21. Being the absolute personality of Godhead, he is present in everyone's heart. He is equally kind to everyone and he is free from false ego of differentiation. Therefore, whatever he does is free from material inebriety. He is equibalanced. Text 22. Yet despite his being equally kind to everyone, he has graciously come before me while I am ending my life, for I am his unflinching servitor. Oh. He's saying, I belong to you, Bhagwan Shri Krishna. You do with me what you will, that kind of thing. I'm using my own words, but yes, I will do whatever I can to make you happy. I guess that's what. Text 23. The personality of Godhead who appears in the mind of the devotee by attentive devotion and meditation and by chanting the holy name releases the devotee from the bondage of fruitive actions at the time of his quitting the material body. So yeah, at the time of dying, whoever is meditating on Krishna will attain Krishna. So the whole thing, the whole point of our life is to meditate on Krishna so much all the time, non-stop, that when we're dying, because we're in a lot of pain when we're dying, it's very difficult to think of Krishna. I find it difficult to think of Krishna when I'm feeling anything like health issues or something, or anything else that's going on that's negative. I find it so much easier to think of Krishna and like with a lot more feeling when I'm happier. But when I'm sad, it's so difficult for me because I turn to material things for relief. So yeah, while dying, when we're in a lot of pain, it's even more difficult. It's so much more difficult. So he's saying, yeah, that text 24. May my Lord, who is four-handed and whose beautifully decorated lotus face with eyes as red as the rising sun is smiling, kindly await me at that moment when I quit this material body. He's just talking about the glories of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Just so many verses just on glories of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Text 25. Suta Goswami said, Maharaj Yudhishthir, after hearing Bhishmadev speak in that appealing tone, asked him in the presence of all great rishis about the essential principles of the various religious duties. Text 26. At Maharaj Yudhishthir's inquiry, Bhishmadev first defined all the classifications of caste and order of life in terms of the individual's qualifications. Then he systematically, in twofold divisions, described counteraction by detachment and interaction by attachment. Counteraction by detachment, interaction by attachment. Okay, twofold divisions. Okay. So he first defined the classes and orders of life, basically the castes and the varnashram. The varna and ashram means order of life, and in castes is varna. Text 27, he then explained by divisions acts of charity, the pragmatic activities of a king and activities for salvation. Then he described the duties of women and devotees, both briefly and extensively. Text 28, then he described the occupational duties of different orders and statuses of life, citing instances from history, for he was himself well acquainted with the truth. Text 29, when Bhishmadev was describing occupational duties, the sun's course ran into the northern hemisphere. This period is desired by mystics who will die at their will. Okay. Text 30, therefore, that men who spoke upon different subjects with thousands of meanings and who fought on thousands of battlefields and protected thousands of men stopped speaking and being completely free from all bondage, withdrew his mind from everything else and fixed his wide open eyes upon the original personality of Godhead, Bhagwan Shri Krishna, who stood in front of him, four-handed, dressed in yellow garments that glittered and shined. Text 31. By pure meditation, looking at Lord Shri Krishna, he at once was freed from all material inauspiciousness and was relieved of all bodily pains caused by the arrow wounds. Thus, all the external activities of his senses at once stopped, and he prayed transcendently to the controller of all living beings while quitting his material body. So he quit. No, he didn't yet quit. He said, Bhishma Dev said, is it the next verse? Okay. So he just looked at Bhagwan Shri Krishna and he was freed from everything, relieved from all bodily pains caused by arrow wounds. Okay. All of his activities of his senses stopped. Bhishma Dev said, text 32, let me now invest my thinking, feeling, and willing, which were so long. These are the three things, functions, three: thinking, feeling, willing, which were so long engaged in different subjects and occupational duties, and the all-powerful Lord Shri Krishna. He is always self-satisfied, but sometimes, being the leader of devotees, he enjoys transcendental pleasure by descending to the material world, although from him only the material world is created. Text 33. Krishna is the intimate friend of Arjun. He has appeared on this earth in his transcendental body, which resembles the bluish color of the tamal tree. His body attracts everyone in the three planetary systems, upper, middle, and lower. May his glittering yellow dress and lotus face, covered with paintings of sandalwood pulp, be the object of my attraction. May I not desire fruitive results. Text 34. On the battlefield where Sri Krishna attended Arjun out of friendship, the flowing hair of Lord Shri Krishna turned ashen due to the dust raised by the hoofs and horses, and because of his labor, beads of sweat wetted his face. All these decorations, intensified by the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows, were enjoyed by him. Let my mind thus go unto Lord Shri Krishna. Text 35. In obedience to the command of his friend, Lord Shri Krishna entered the arena of the battlefield of Kurukshetra between the soldiers of Arjun and Duryodhan, and while there he shortened the lifespans of the opposite party by his merciful glance. This was done simply by his looking at the enemy. Let my mind be fixed upon that Krishna. Shortened the life means he killed them, but he didn't kill them, so what is not quite sure what he means by shortened his lifespan. Text 36. When Arjun was seemingly polluted by ignorance upon observing the soldiers and commanders before him on the battlefield, the Lord eradicated his ignorance by delivering transcendental knowledge. May his lotus feet always remain the object of my attraction. The entire chapter is just glorification of Bhagwan Shri Krishna. That's amazing. Text 37. Fulfilling my vow and sacrificing his own promise, he got down from the chariot. This is the pastime. He got down from the chariot, took up his wheel, and ran towards me hurriedly, just as a lion goes to kill an elephant. He even dropped his outer garment on the way. So, Bhishma Pitamaha was just determined that he's going to kill Arjun, and so Arjun was basically helpless, and so he himself, and he had made this promise, the Krishna Bhagwan, that he's not going to pick up any arms and he's not going to fight, but he was sacrificing his own promise to protect Arjun. Text 38. May he, Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who always awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. Oh my goodness, I love these prayers. Oh my goodness, I love these prayers. I'm going to want to memorize the entire Srimad Bhagavatam, which is obviously not at all possible, but right now I'm focused on memorizing Gita, but yeah, this is so good. Right? May he, this one, text 38, may he, Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead, who always awards salvation, be my ultimate destination. Yes, yes. On the battlefield, he charged me as if angry because of the wounds dealt by my sharp arrows. His shield was scattered and his body was smeared with blood due to the wounds. Text 39, at the moment of death, let my ultimate attraction be to Lord Shri Krishna, the personality of Godhead. I concentrate my mind upon the chariot driver of Arjun, who stood up with a whip in his right hand and bridle rope in his left, who was very careful to give protection to Arjun's chariot by all means. Those who saw him on the battlefield of Kurukshetra attained their original forms after death. Those who saw him, even anyone who saw him on the battlefield attained their original forms, spiritual forms. Really? Oh my goodness. Yeah, this is so good. This is so good. Wow, this is so good. Text 40. Let my mind be fixed upon Lord Shri Krishna, whose motions and smiles of love attracted the damsels of Rajdham, the gopis. He's talking about the gopis. The damsels imitated the characteristic movements of the Lord after his disappearance from the Ras dance. Oh, he knows about all of those pastimes, huh? Text 41. At the Rajasuya Yagya performed by Maharaj Yudhishthir, there was the greatest assembly of all the elite men of the world, the royal and the learned orders, and in that great assembly, Lord Shri Krishna was worshipped by one and all as the most exalted personality of Godhead. This happened during my presence, and I remembered the incident in order to keep my mind upon the Lord. Um, okay. So there was a Rajsuya Yagya, and everyone was worshipping Lord Shri Krishna. Text 42. Now I can meditate with full concentration upon that one Lord, Shri Krishna, now present before me, because I have now transcended the misconceptions of duality in regard to his presence in everyone's heart, and even in the hearts of mental speculators. He is in everyone's heart. The sun may be perceived differently, but the sun is one. Text 43. Sutta Goswami said, thus Bhishma Dev merged himself in the Supersoul, Lord Shri Krishna, the supreme personality of Godhead, with his mind, speech, sight, actions. Thus he became silent and his breathing stopped. Man, when will we get to this place where we can do that, where we can just say, okay, that's it, you are it. All of these other things that are just occupying our minds so desperately, it's like, yes, we need to do this and do that, and why this and why that, and all of it just goes silent. It's like, yes, Shri Krishna is the only thing. Text 44. Knowing that Bhishma Dev had merged into the unlimited energy of Supreme Absolute, all present there became silent like birds at the end of the day. Text 45. Thereafter both men and demigods sounded drums in honor, and the honest royal order commenced demonstrations of honor and respect, and from the sky fell showers of flowers. Text 46. O descendant of Bhrigu, Shaunaka, after performing funeral rituals for the dead body of Bhishma Dev, Maharaj Yudhishthir was momentarily overtaken with grief. Text 47. All the great sages then glorified Lord Shri Krishna, who was present there, by confidential Vedic hymns. Then all of them returned to their respective hermitages, bearing always Lord Shri Krishna within their hearts. Text 48. Thereafter, Maharaj Yudhishthir at once went to his capital, Hastinapur, accompanied by Lord Shri Krishna, and there he consoled his uncle and aunt Gandhari, who was an ascetic. So they went to Hastinapur. Text 49. After this, the great religious king Maharaj Yudhishthir executed royal power in the kingdom strictly according to the codes of royal principles approved by his uncle and confirmed by Bhagwan Shri Krishna. Okay. Okay, so yeah, I'm just absorbing this. This is really, really good. So Chaitanya Charan Prabhu had said, and I'm not exactly finding the verse here where he's saying. I wanted to read through it so that I know exactly what Chaitanya Charan Prabhu was talking about and which verse. So everyone arrived there. Bhishma Dev welcomed everyone. The sons of Maharaj, overtaken with affection, yeah, they were very sad, and he had tears of ecstasy. He was in pain, and then he said, "You suffered a lot. Kunti Maharani suffered a lot." Okay, now he's talking, addressing Yudhishthir. So Yudhishthir didn't say to Bhishma Dev that I am. So Yudhishthir was really, really sad because of so Arjun felt sad before he started the war, and he said, I can't fight, and these are the reasons I can't fight, and he sat down and he put his bow and arrows away. He's like, I can't do this. And then he said to Bhagwan Shri Krishna in 2.7 Gita, he said, I Karpanya Dosho, I'm yours, like you tell me, Shishyasteham, I'm yours, you tell me, you instruct me. But after the war, Yudhishthir Maharaj was inconsolable, and I don't know where that's not written here. That whole part where Yudhishthir Maharaj was saying to Krishna that I am like I've killed so many people, I've done so many bad things, I've done. Oh, he did say in the previous chapter that I've done so much sins, I've done like whatever, and he was completely inconsolable. And Krishna sent him to Bhishma Dev because he wanted to glorify Bhishma Dev, or he wanted, yeah. So Yudhishthir Maharaj came and said, this is what Chaitanya Charan Prabhu said. So imagine, just imagine this, picture this. This is beautiful the way he described this. Oh my goodness. So that's, I'm not seeing exactly that how that comes in from here, but maybe it's somewhere. Maybe it's in the Mahabharata or something. I don't know. So imagine that somebody has a chamratyu, they can die whenever they want, and they're not ready to die yet, but they have been, so many arrows have been shot through him, like through and through him, that he's laying on a bed of arrows. Imagine the immense amount of pain that the person is feeling, like enormous amount of physical pain. You have not one but I don't know how many arrows going through you, and you're laying on that bed of arrows through you, like through and through, and you're laying down on that bed of arrows, like so much blood, so much whatever, there must be so much pain, so much pain. Now, when somebody is in a lot of pain, immense amount of pain, usually when somebody else comes in, they'll be like, they'll lament a little bit. Oh, I'm in so much pain, or I'm in so much, like, or whatever. And other people will be empathizing with them, and they will want to receive the love from them, and receive their empathy, and receive their good wishes and everything, right? What is Bhishma Dev doing? He's not doing any of that. So amazing. He's not doing any of that. He is saying, he has ecstasy in his eyes here. There were tears of ecstasy in his eyes, for he was overwhelmed by love and affection. He's congratulating the Pandavas for winning the war, and there are tears of ecstasy in his eyes because he feels so much love and affection for them. He's not wrapped up in his own head. He's saying, I love you guys, and I'm so happy for you, and this is a real thing. He's not saying out of anything. And then he's seeing Yudhishthir Maharaj, who is completely inconsolable and completely just devastated because of all the sins that he has done. He's just, I can't do this, I can't, like, I don't understand, whatever. And now he is talking to him, and he's consoling him instead of needing to be consoled himself. He's actually consoling Yudhishthir Maharaj. And he's saying no one can know the plan of Bhagwan Shri Krishna, even though great philosophers inquire, they are bewildered. And all this is the plan of the Lord, and you must just follow it. You are the appointed administrative head. You are the king now. You need to take the care of the subjects who are now helpless. And, Krishna is, then he starts glorifying Krishna. But this is his plan. We don't know what the plan of Krishna is. Nobody can, even great philosophers cannot know it. And you must just follow it, and that's it. You are now the king. You must follow Krishna's plan, and that's it. So the consoling that he's giving is, follow Krishna. And what Krishna said in the Bhagavad Gita to Arjun is, follow me, sarva dharman parityaja, just follow me. So, and then, so this is beautiful. This is so beautiful that Bhishma Dev is just saying to Yudhishthira to console him. He's just saying, follow Krishna. He has a plan. We don't know what the plan is. We cannot know what the plan is. Nobody knows what the plan is. Just follow him. That's it. And then, yeah, so this is the amazing thing. And I had a personal experience of that when my mamaji was he passed away a few months ago, and I called him. He's in India, and I'm in US. So I called him, and he was just, he's in pain. He was about to, like, he was a few days away from passing away, but he was talking to me about what I'm doing. He was like, take care of yourself, be good, you are good, you've been doing good work, you've been, like, he was encouraging me, and I was just blown away. I was like, wow. I had heard just a few days ago, I had heard this Chaitanya Charan Prabhu thing about Bhishma Dev, about this. So I was able to capture that better. I was able to see just how good he was in so much pain. He was in the hospital for months, and he was just in so much pain, and he was worrying about me, and he was trying to take care of me, and he was telling me that I should take care. Blown away, absolutely blown away. So yeah, this chapter is amazing. The previous chapter is amazing. I am so grateful to be doing this. Thank you for anyone who's listening to even one moment of this. It's encouraging me to know that there might that it's keeping me accountable, because if I'm doing it on my, I had this other project that I was going to do. I was going to read 30 pages of this book every day, and I'm doing that on my own, and I have not done it. I have it's fallen, like for a week now I've not done it, and I basically only did it for 2 days, and then the third day I did it partly, and then I didn't do it for a week. So it's and I started that project probably the same day as this. I'm not sure. No, not the same day as this, but anyways, around the same time. But yeah, I've not done it, and it really helps to be to know that I'm posting it out there, because it really helps keep me accountable. So thank you everyone who's watching now or in the future. Wish you all a day filled with lots and lots of bhakti and Bhagwan Shri Krishna's mercy, and lots of spiritual growth, and whatever your heart desires in the spiritual realm. Wish you a beautiful day. Radhe Radhe.